Welcome back to the Mid-Year Mitch YouTube channel. In today's episode, we're switching projects out in the shop. I'm going to show you a quick hack to get your car on a U-Haul trailer with just simple stuff from Harbor Freight. And we're also going to do a mock-up on this project car to show you what we're going to do in the next couple weeks. So be sure to stick around. So I spent some time trying to fit this and I unclamped it because it's really not worth showing. I couldn't get it much better. I mean, everything's pointing to the fact that it's the front end being cut wrong. Thing almost makes it too easy. So we actually have a pretty good setup going on here. I went to Harbor Freight and got their double hitch extender, so that way you can use your regular hitch, but it steps up for a second hitch. I bought their 5,000 pound Badlands winch, which is for like an ATV, but it's for 5,000 pounds. And I also bought their adapter to put into a trailer hitch. So you put all that together and it just barely fits on a U-Haul trailer. So that way you can actually use a winch. So now I have the car strapped down. I'll let the winch out. We'll have to take the winch off for transport, but it's good to slap it on here. And I have the battery ratchet strapped in the back of the truck. Cables are long enough. It's all perfect. So I'm gonna get this stuff finished, loaded up, and we'll do the swapperoo. So we did some shuffling. We got the 63 off, got the 65 loaded on here. And if you're unfamiliar with this car, I took it to Corvettes at Carlisle last year, which is why I have my signage on the door. It's on a Roadster shop chassis. It has a floor mostly sitting in here. Might throw a strap on that, don't want that to get damaged. And we have some doors we're taking back to the shop. We have the rear floor for it. I have a brand new rear deck for it. I have a smooth firewall kit from Dynamic. Some of their bonding strips back here. So the split windows in there. The front end's laying on top. There's still a lot of stuff to unpack in there. I need to look to see if I have the chunk of firewall for over here, because I'm missing this side and that side. I might have them in the attic, but I'm gonna do a quick walk around to make sure they're not in storage, because we kind of need those for the front end part of this program. But that's looking pretty good. As you can see, the floors stops right here, but the blue floor we have on the car goes, or in the truck, goes to about here. So we'll be able to splice it. We'll put the Roadster shop, or the Dynamic Corvette floor in the back to cover up the Roadster shop chassis. The rockers need some work. I'm gonna have to put new rockers in it. That's fine. These little guys will get cut off for the Roadster shop chassis mods, but this is a pretty solid foundation. I know it might not look like it right now. Closes perfectly. I know it might not look like it, but we're gonna build this car up. It's basically gonna have all new fiberglass. It's hot. I don't know how you guys deal with it in the South. It's like 400% humidity right now. I can't see anything. Literally swimming. I've never been swimming in the air like this before. This is ridiculous. So I'm gonna hurry up and get some water before I pass out like a flounder out of water. I mean, the air is thicker than my grandmother's gravy on Thanksgiving. I'm not kidding you. It's pretty brutal. So we got the car in the garage, and it really doesn't look like much. It's just a bunch of parts stacked up. So I think what I'm gonna do is just mock this up with the rear deck, the floor. We have to do some cutting here. We gotta remove the center section of the floor so we can actually drop the floor over the Roadster shop chassis. And we'll set the deck on here, see if I have a deck lid here, maybe mock up a taillight panel, quarter panels. Just make this look a little bit more like a car. So I threw a bunch of fiberglass on this car, and this is a really rough mock-up, as you can tell. by the duct tape. There's no bonding strips in here. There's no filler panels. So obviously all of our gaps are going to be horrible, but I just threw this stuff up. See what we have. So we have a brand new press molded rear deck, press molded quarters, and we have press molded taillight panel. I have a nice exhaust valance for it upstairs. The owner's not sure if he wants to go with a stock quarter panel or a 1-inch wider flare. So we're talking about that, but I figured let's just mock these up to see how it looks. I threw a convertible deck on it, and I have to restore this cross member. This has the hinges for the deck lid. You can see there's no spring on here, so I'm gonna have to clean all the rust off, get these cleaned up, make sure that this little guy, which actually is in decent shape, is looking good. A lot of times you have to replace this hook, but we'll get new springs on this, get this cleaned up. So we've got a lot of work to do in the back. I cut the floor out. Roughly, it needs to have more cut out, but I just left a little bit on there to keep some structure in it. But this side's cracked pretty much in the way that it needs to be cut. So once I get the dynamic floor in, we'll put that floor in. But this will be good enough to at least get the car glued together. So the first course of action with this hot rod is to work on the structure of it. So I have to work on the rockers next week. Here's one of them here. We'll put new rockers on the car. I don't really want to slam the door, but if you look on that side, there's a big hole over there. They're also pretty dented up. So I think the car was wrecked. They pounded out some dents, made it look like a car-ish, powder coated it, and sent the bird cage on its way, which is fine. So we're gonna have to pull off both B-pillars and pull off the cowl, separate it, pull the doors off, and we'll put new rockers in it and fix it right. Now the floor is gonna need spliced in this area. I'll probably do it right through the middle of this floor brace in here. So that way, one, it'll hide one of our seams, but two, this little floor brace will actually give us a little bit of strength in the splice. So the floor will be attached here from Dynamic, so we don't have to worry about that connection. And then I have some work to do in the rockers. There's some holes in the floor and the firewall. You know, that's pretty typical for what we're used to dealing with. I don't have the exact piece that went here, but I have a pretty good chunk of a firewall, so we'll be able to use this guy. I'm missing one for the passenger side. That's why this mock-up stuff is handy. We know what we have and what we don't have. We don't have this side, so I'll probably have to call Dynamic and order one, or I can try hand laying one off of a brand new one I have that we can just use as a template. So that needs to be addressed before we glue the firewall on. So the order of operations is fix the bird cage, then we'll start working on the firewall. In the front part of the floor, the door jamb fiberglass, I have a whole pile of fiberglass. Some of this is from this car. Other ones are just parts I've accumulated. We'll have to work on the cabin, get all this area fortified. Then we can work on mocking up the rear deck with this floor that's kind of just thrown in here. We'll get it looking good with the deck lid, restore the deck lid hinge assembly. We'll get that mocked up in here, and that'll tell us where the deck goes. We'll glue the deck to the floor, and then at that point, we'll probably have to stop until we can figure out the quarter panels. I don't want to glue the taillight panel on because this relationship here is important, and these are all new parts, so they could have a little bit extra on them, and we don't want to glue the taillight panel on and then find out that it's crooked or something doesn't line up right. So we'll probably leave it just at the rear deck hanging off, and then we'll wait till we can come up with a little bit more stuff to do. But that'll keep us busy for a while. We have a smooth firewall kit up here from Dynamic that I have to install on this car. I have some new bonding strips from them. They make a whole lot of fiberglass for this car, so check them out. They've got a lot of good stuff. And I think this is pretty much going to do it for this video. Next week, we'll go into replacing the rockers. I'll talk about different ways to repair them, whether you want to sleeve them, splice them, fix what you have, or just start off with a new one. I have some sleeves, so I'll demonstrate, you know, what all you can do with these cars. There's a lot of different approaches to take to fix them, but it's down this far. I'm going to do it as right as I can. So this is where we'll end it off. This is a rough mock-up, but I think it's important to let us know what we have, and it gives us a little bit of a vision, maybe a little bit of inspiration even for what this thing's going to turn into. But that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. The video is going to be a little all over the place, because we were shuffling stuff in the garage just to make sure we can get progress going while we had to wait for a front end for that 63. So we're gonna do as much as we can on this car before we have to put it back in storage and get the other split window out to get that car finished up and get it home, because the owner is very excited to get going on that car as well. So we have plenty to do here. There's a lot of house stuff to do. I gotta go home and paint about 60 14-foot strips of casing, and then we gotta do baseboard next week. There's a lot of work to do here. So even when I'm not in the garage, we're doing something. So I got a lot of work to do, and I'll catch you guys later.